What I'm seeing here is your hand is a little bit dragging behind because you're a little bit tardy to get that hand up. And so now what you'll see is that the body is accelerating linear, right? It's accelerating towards your desired target, but your hand now disconnects, which brings about a couple different problems. More specifically, I would say inconsistency. So that when we look at you, where you're at, where your hand is at when you're anchored into the ground, right? So you have full front foot contact here. So now I like to teach 90 degrees or inside 90. You're a little bit obtuse there. Not to put a whole degree thing on it, but now what you're going to have to do is you're going to have a ton of space to cover in order for you to get to your release point, right? So if we look at Garrett Cole, and again, I know it's kind of unfair comparison because it's Cole and he does a lot of different things right, but watch how in relation to his hand, his drive leg internally rotates. So watch how these are going to go together. And for me, that's something to do with your connectivity, your hand connection, your arm connection, all right? So then it comes up when the drive leg is completing its internal rotation. So boom. So now we're anchored into the ground and he's way more connected, right? So now he doesn't have as much space to travel with that hand. So it's going to lead to higher consistencies and increased power output, pulling ball through at release, and then trail leg stays long as a byproduct of just maximizing that timing. So we see with you, there's so much space to cover with that hand. You haven't necessarily maximized that drive leg timing because of that. There's a disconnection from your arm and your leg. So now that drive leg is going to shoot forward and not maximize hip extension, right? If you take one thing from this, dude, it's just that timing that we want to maximize that kinetic sequencing of that drive leg and then that hand arm raise. So one more visual. You're going to see more visuals in the report as well, but you'll just notice how he does a better job of when this leg begins to transfer that energy, that's when the hand and arm are coming up. So now all of that energy is coming up at once and we go, okay?